mission put forward by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid and the aspirations to get to Mars. The man who's overseeing this program is with us today to give us an outline of from aerospace to aviation to space itself. Let's give a warm welcome to Dr. Mohammed Ahbabi, Director General of the UAE Space Agency.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sabahakum Allah wa khair. Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here, and I would like to thank you all for supporting UAE Aerospace and Space sector. In my remarks, I would like to give you an overview of UAE Space sector. And also, I would like to take this opportunity to answer some questions regarding our space program. Questions like why space? Why Mars? Why United Arab Emirates heavily interested and invested in space? Why UAE is taking the initiative to send the first Arab and Islamic mission to Mars? I can assure you that our program, it's not new. It's not something that we planted yesterday and harvest today. It's linked to a vision, and I will speak in a minute about it. But before that, I would like to assure you that we, as UAE, as leadership, as government, and as people, understand fully what space can bring to people. We know that space is a key for our national security. It's also a means to help transform our economy from resource-based to knowledge-based economy. But also, space is a platform for innovation, tools to inspire young people, as we heard from Marlon, and also a model for cooperation. I'm not sure if you know that United Arab Emirates today is leading the region space-wise. The UAE space sector is considered to be the largest in the region, with direct investment more than 20 billion dirhams, equivalent to more than $5.5 billion. We have 3 regional large operators. We have the first space agency in the region, and we have the first Arab and Islamic mission to Mars, plus other initiatives. As I mentioned, this is not new. It's linked to a vision probably rooted to 40 years ago. Our founding father, His Highness, the late Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan, rahmatullahi alayh, had a vision for the country, including space. Through a number of discussions with delegations from NASA, he was interested in space. It's well documented of his questions that he wants to understand why space is important in terms of localizing natural resources such as water, but also what space can bring to people. And from that, the journey started. The country started sending people to study science and technology around the world, and our first program in space was the establishment of Thuraya Satellite Communication Company in the mid of 1990s. In 2005, Abu Dhabi government, through Mubadala, the investing arm, decided to invest also in space through a strategic satellite communication project, YASAT. As His Excellency Khaldoon mentioned, YASAT today, with less than 10 years of its establishment, is considered to be one of the top 10 satellite communication in the world. Not only serving our region, but now expanding to serve Latin America. They will launch a third satellite, LIA-3, to provide services to South America. The company provides government, military, and commercial with most advanced satellite communication services. It's a good examples like Etihad and Emirates of what initiatives can be successful in UAE. Another major satellite operator in UAE, not only on business side, but on building capacity through research and development, is Mohammed bin Rashid Space Research Center in Dubai. Focus on building capability, human factor, through satellites, especially remote sensing satellites. They launch and they design and launch 2 satellites so far. First satellite was done through partnership. Second satellite with more exposure of our people, DubaiSat-2. A third satellite now is under construction by Emirati engineers in UAE and will be launched next year. Not only that, but in 2014, the UAE government, through our visionary leadership, made bold commitment to space by establishing the first space agency in the region and launching the first mission to Mars, the Hope. And I will speak in a minute about that mission. But let me give you an idea about our space agency. Our space agency is a federal entity. It's a light agency that's mandated by the government to facilitate and coordinate and further develop our space sector. We are in less than 1 year and a half. I'm happy to say that we are up and running. We are working on a number of significant initiatives in space. When we are oversight and follow the implementation of our national space project, which is the Mars mission, but also we are working on a number of documents that might also clarify our goals of space, which is the National Space Policy. It's a document that will clarify what our goals and objectives as a nation from space. It also will provide guidelines to our stakeholders, local stakeholders, to unify the efforts to further develop our space sector. We are also working on another significant document, which is the space law. It's going to be the first comprehensive law in the region, probably in the world, that cover a number of emerging space activities, such as human space flights, resources from outer space, such as asteroid mining. And that document is evolving and will be launched, will be issued in the near future. We as a space agency believe in partnership, and we are working with a number of countries, space agencies, industries, academia, believing that space is all about cooperation. As we know, space is hard, expensive, high risk, and through partnership, not competition, things can advance in a quickly manner. Our space agency also working to build, focusing on building capacity, building the human factor, which is the backbone of our future space program. And we are conducting a number of initiatives, from injecting to the curriculum, providing scholarship, sponsorship, and also working closely with educational institutions to establish a number of research centers, and also promote and improve the awarenesses about space through events like this. A few words about our Mars mission. It's a scientific mission. It's a national project that has a number of national objectives as well. It's a mission that will be launched in 2020, arriving Mars 2021, and this is where UAE will celebrate its 50th anniversary. So you can imagine it's a space mission linked to a deadline, and the deadline is 2021. And this has its own purpose. As we know, if it's open-ended project, people will be relaxed. But with this major project, with this deadline, the government try to achieve that all sectors, either government, academia, industry, they work together to achieve that goal. That project has a number of national objectives. It's a message to our people, to the region, that yes, it's possible to do something at this time from this region. As we know, 800 years ago, our ancestors were leading in many sciences, including in astronomy. Through this project, we try to send also a message and a hope to not only to UAE, but to the young people in this region, tens of millions, probably hundreds of millions, young people who are desperate, hopeless, confused of, unfortunately, what's happening in our region. So through that project, we are shining the lights in their future. It's also another evidence of and small contribution from UAE to humankind efforts to explore our solar system. As you know, United Arab Emirates is a global citizen that shares the world, its challenges, and through that project, it's also contributing to the advancement of space exploration. The outcome of that mission will be shared with the international space scientific community. We will continue develop our space sector for the benefit of our people, for our region, and for the world. And with the support from our leadership, from our government, from our people, and from people like you, friends and colleagues, I am sure we will achieve our goals. Thank you.